Happy New Year, Otaku Gang! And to start off the new year, I decided to bring some romance anime you've never heard of. Yep, these are a few of the unpopular ones you should watch right now. Let's get right into it. Number 10, Damepri Anime Caravan. It's always better to start with some comedy, right? How about some romantic comedy where three people need to settle their differences in order to work together? Annie Inako is a princess of a nation that just signed a peace treaty with two other nations. Now, the problem is the two princes of those nations aren't the sort of people who you can instantly be friends with. Both have their flaws, and now our princess needs to learn how to work together with them if she really intends to make the peace treaty work. Honestly, the comedy of this show is amazing and very refreshing. Each of these characters does something funny at least every 5 minutes, and watching the reactions of the other people to the comedic tragedies they commit is really fun. And mix all of this with those love triangles, rectangles, and hexagons, and you've got one heck of a rom-com waiting for you. Number 9, Nourin. Remember those anime where the beautiful idol suddenly decides to become a transfer student and every person in the class begins to simp for her? Yep, this is one of those anime. Oh, and our main character is the biggest simp of all time. So when the girl he likes literally lands on his class, you can imagine how he reacts. Once again, similar to Damepri, this has tons and tons of comedy to the point the romance will sink a little bit for the comedy to emerge out of the story. All these characters are very funny, and this show keeps hitting you with jokes every 5 minutes to keep you engaged. If you're one of those people who like popular girls falls for unpopular boy anime, then this is the show for you. Number 8, Utakoi. Alright, I know, this might be a love or hate thing based on the animation style and the way the stories are narrated, but if you actually move past that, you get some really great romance and even some comedy. The first thing you need to remember is that these stories are crafted based on Japanese loaf poems written in the 12th century. The second thing you should keep in mind is how all of these stories are based on real characters. Yep, all these people actually lived, and all of these stories are based on stuff that really happened. Like I said, Utakoi is not for everyone, but it's really good at what it does. It combines romance and comedy really well with the historical elements of the story and doesn't go expecting happy endings for each episode. This can give you a ton of feelings, and not all of those are going to be happy ones. Number 7, Are you a masochist? Then boy, I've got the perfect anime for you. Is about a masochistic guy who loves to get beaten up by the club president, and no, I'm not making this up. If you actually go on and watch the anime, you'll see how the club president is trying to kill him within the first 5 minutes of the show. And the episode ends with an even bigger plot twist that will make your head spin a 180. Is once again half comedy, half romance, half harem sort of show that focuses on our main character finding ways to cure his masochism. And it isn't easy as you think. Over time, the club president and this purple-haired girl's relationship with our masochist are developed, and yes, that involves a lot of beating and physical harm. Number 6, Mayo Chiki. If regular high school romances are boring, then how about some romance with the popular girl's butler? Oh, the butler is female, by the way, and once again our main character has a weird quirk. No, this time it's not masochism, it's that our guy bleeds from his nose every time something exciting happens to him. Now you're going to say, wait, that has happened to like every shonen protagonist at some point. Actually, this guy has it worse, like 10 times worse. But can the sweet butler cure him of this disease? Hopefully she can, but just like this is going to involve a lot of physical torture. Mayo Chiki also goes a bit to the harem route before the final few episodes focuses on the main girl once again. It only has 12 episodes and a season 2 doesn't seem to be on the way, so you can binge watch the whole show in one night. Number 5, Arakawa Under the Bridge. Okay, wait, this is another romance comedy show. Huh, I should have renamed this video to Romance Comedy Anime You've Never Heard of. Nah, but don't worry, if you're tired of regular rom-coms, then the comedy of Arakawa is something totally special. It's very unique, and the jokes are presented in a very subtle way, rather than throwing them into your face. It also has a very simple premise. This guy's called Koi Ichinomiya is saved by a mysterious girl who says she's an alien, and then he slowly realizes she isn't the only nut job in that part of the town. Turns out there is a whole set of nut jobs living under the Arakawa Bridge, and what's better is how the alien girl asks him to start dating her. Watch the anime to find out how this innocent guy gets out of this mentally ill hellhole. Number 4, Akaneiro ni Somaru Saka.
言い訳あるか
何か
永瀬さんやっぱりそういうことだったんですね
そういうことなんだろ
違うわよ
2 girls, 1 guy, a love triangle, and everyone living in the same house. Dear God, how many times should we repeat the same story over and over again? But thankfully, the first episodes of this anime doesn't focus much on romance and take the time to show the daily lives of these characters. Oh, did I mention that this was based on a visual novel? Yep, this means each of the 2 girls has their own route, and that means the anime will adapt only 1 route. Which route is it? I don't think I can say that because I'll have to dive into heavy spoilers, but the good thing is the romantic tension gets really high in the final 2 episodes, and the anime ends in a way no one imagined. And don't go expecting some heavy plot in this one. This is a regular slice of life show. Number 3, Ah My Goddess.
Good evening. You have reached the goddess helpline.
Oh, sorry, you must have dialed the wrong
One
number.
moment. I shall take your request in person.
Do you need help from a goddess? You think that's hard? No, it's not. Just call the goddess help hotline and a goddess will instantly land on your doorstep. No, I'm not kidding. In this world, instead of the suicide prevention hotline, they have the goddess help hotline. When you call this number, a goddess will land on your doorstep and grant any of your wishes. Yeah, I know. That's the type of world we all want to live in. But our main character doesn't ask for any wish. She asks to live with the goddess herself. If you need a bunch of fun characters in a romance anime, then look no further because this show has a bunch of characters that can make you laugh and cry at the same time. The anime also has a very light-hearted tone, so you don't need to be afraid of things getting serious. Number 2, The Eccentric Family. Eccentric Family is one of those shows that starts off as a comedy, but soon takes on the stance of a supernatural show. In the world of this anime, Tanuki and Tengu live along with humans, even though the latter doesn't know the existence of these creatures. Here we follow Yasaburo Shimagamo, who lives among humans with his shape-shifting abilities and deals with a mysterious woman named Benten. The mystery is thrown at you from the very first episode, and this is also why the narrative style of this show might feel weird for some people. The animation is also very unique, and soon you'll realize the Eccentric Family is more eccentric than you think they are. Number 1, Arte.
お嬢様なんてはしたない
Arte is honestly one of the best slice-of-life romance anime I watched this season. It has that perfect character drama mixing in with the right amount of pacing to give you this emotional love story about one young girl. Arte is the daughter of a French nobleman who is doomed to be married. I'm saying doomed because if she gets married, she'll have to end up giving up on her passion, drawing. In her search for a way to escape, she meets Leo, another artist who takes Arte as her apprentice. But although ironic as it seems, Arte falls in love with Leo and now is struggling whether or not to give up her passion again. If you don't watch Arte, you're missing a lot, and it might not be like other shows, but when it wants to hit you with the emotion, it can hit you really, really hard.